You're very welcome back to Soccer Cards United here for another week. This is episode 98.
No.
Is it not?
Do you know
It
what?
must be.
Do you know what? I'm looking at the blog. The blog
Yeah.
tells me it's 97 because 96 was the last blog. Now I'm assuming
Where there's one in between. It was 97.
episode was just before we jetted off. So
Ah.
no,
Ah.
I'm not blaming you
Yeah,
for
yeah,
no
yeah.
blog. I'm just saying.
So this would be 98 then.
This is 98.
Wow. Episode 98 of Soccer Cards United. This one is live from a hotel room.
Yeah, we don't have a new studio, unfortunately.
Don't have a new studio.
Although if we did, this would be very nice.
Would you like to sit on a couch record the podcast?
I don't know.
I feel like we wouldn't get a lot done. It'd be a very lethargic podcast.
I just like this couch. Like if I needed a podcast couch, this is my podcast couch. Like this is what we'll be in the market for.
Yeah. We call the beep hotel and we asked them where they get their couches.
Yeah, where do you get these? Beautiful.
I had to beep the hotel name because I don't want people to know where we stay when we're in Philly.
Fair.
And speaking of, we're in Philadelphia.
We're in Philadelphia. We're in the United States still.
We're in the United States. So we spent the last week in the USA. We were in Atlantic City, New Jersey, which is just like an hour
Oh my
towards the
God.
coast of Philadelphia. And we had one night left in our hotel in Atlantic City. And after so much hemming and hawing, we decided, we were like, we can't stay here anymore.
Yeah, we said we have another day, but there's no reason. We found out our flight home wasn't Tuesday morning; it was Tuesday evening.
Yeah.
And then we said, wait a minute, why don't we just leave Atlantic City, get a night in a hotel in Philadelphia, and just enjoy that?
Yeah, and so we did.
And I've never felt better.
Great. And so here we are, and we got here. It's like an hour drive. It was fine. The lift. We've been using Lyft, by the way, not Uber on this trip. So if
Okay.
Lyft is out there, we're available for sponsorship credit.
That's true.
And on the way from Philly Airport to Atlantic City the first time,
Oh my God.
the lift, the lady had never done an airport pickup before.
She was
She had
new to
all
the
sorts of
city.
stuff in her car. You were like
Yeah.
squashed.
You can't have a full boot if you're doing an airport pickup.
Yeah, she came with no space for luggage to the airport to do a pickup on a run to Atlantic City.
So that tells you everything you need to know.
Tells you everything you need to know. But the guy on the way back was amazing.
Oh,
Nice, spacious car. He was quiet. At one point, he said his phone rang.
yeah. He said, "Can I take this?"
He took it in his. We said, "Okay, go ahead."
And you'd swear he was never on the phone.
If he had not said anything,
We wouldn't have known.
we wouldn't have known.
I can't imagine saying, "No, mate, do not
Answer a phone call.
Do not answer. I don't want to hear you talking."
Yeah, I want to hear myself talking.
Yeah.
I get enough of that.
Too much.
So yeah. So right. So anyway, look, this is our national recap podcast. So we're not here to talk about the Lionesses. Congratulations.
We're not here to talk about Inception.
We're not here to talk about Topps Inception.
Bayern Chrome,
We're not here to talk about
Bundesliga
Bayern Chrome.
Chrome.
We're not here to talk about the various Super Cups being fought out between
Yeah, various teams.
clubs around Europe.
Not talking about Nunez scoring against Alvarez scoring, all of that.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about Messi winning yet another trophy, this time with PSG.
And Neymar handing out the medals because really nothing matters over there.
Yeah, we're not really talking about anything other than the national.
The national, we're here for cards.
We'll go
We'll
home and we'll get it. We'll
get it together.
get it together. We also sorry we didn't put out postcards on Thursday.
We were at the national.
We were at the national, and to be honest, it was so ambitious of us.
I think we wanted to get it done, but in the end,
We just couldn't do it.
it wasn't something that was possible.
Yeah. So I have various. So I'll tell you how it went. Right. So I'm thinking, let's do our national recap
Roundup.
episode.
Oh,
And
we'd both never been.
Both never been to the national. Both never been to Atlantic City.
True.
I'd never even been to the state of New Jersey.
Me neither.
And so we were like, okay, we have 5 days. We got like some footage and like all that stuff, and haven't had time to review it yet.
Pissed off a Panini representative woman.
We
and
did.
man.
We did annoy 2 Panini reps at the Panini stand,
Which said a lot about them.
which said how sensitive they were. They saw me doing some stuff with some soccer content, and they assumed that I was angry at them.
No, they assumed you were recording them.
Yeah,
even
but
though
I
you
wasn't.
clearly weren't.
I couldn't have been less interested in what they were
It
doing.
was very funny.
Anyway, so we're looking back and we're like, how do we capture everything that went on?
Yeah.
And we just said, let's not even bother. Let's try and let's ask the people,
What do you want to know?
what do you want to know? And you in your thousands responded.
It was intense.
So we'll start with Twitter and what Twitter said. So let's see here.
looking for it as well. Look at this. The lack of preparation already, Jason.
Okay, I have it. So, I'm going to go through them just like, okay, so there's probably going to be some repetition on
Twitter and Instagram?
Twitter and Instagram, and within Twitter and
within
Instagram,
Twitter.
but it's as, we might as well just go ahead. you know?
Yeah, I'm going to have it up on my laptop.
So we'll start with Marcus Blanca Florius,
Okay.
right? Who asks loads of different questions.
Yeah.
Should we just pick one of his questions?
And then we can go back to it.
Because it's like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions there.
yeah. So I'd like to start with this, right? Based on your experience at the national, are soccer card market still an untapped market? Are soccer cards still an untapped market, or wait for World Cup 2026 to decide? Is there still potential? Based on what you saw, is there still as much potential in soccer cards as you thought before you went?
Absolutely more.
More than you even thought.
More. I thought... I just realised that like all of the financial power in the hobby comes from people that love baseball.
The baseball is what built the hobby.
You know, 100% that's what built the hobby, but I think that's where the money is.
Yeah.
And I think it will shift eventually, but it's kind of like soccer isn't even on the radar
Of most people.
still.
Yeah.
Like I had a few big points where, you know, Hal and Mbappe have come through, and they're kind of watershed players that make everyone kind of realize, take notice, which is what we managed to see on the table, the various blips over the years that took notice, and someone has one or two. But I think soccer hasn't arrived yet in the States, basically.
Okay.
In the hobby.
In the hobby, yeah. Right, so thank you to Margaret. We might go back if we have time, but there's
Okay.
a lot of stuff. Adams Cards asks, can you sum up the show in one word?
Can you sum up the show in one word?
Yeah.
One word.
I'll tell you mine.
Tell me.
Surprising. I was just constantly
Surprise.
surprised. It was kind of a constant state of surprise.
I don't want to be too negative.
Don't be negative. You know, well, be negative if you want to be.
Disappointing.
Disappointing. So
Disappointing.
surprised.
And I'd say your surprise leads into disappointment. It's less negative. Like, you know, you're surprised, positively surprised,
Yeah.
and negatively, disappointingly surprised.
Yeah.
I would say disappointing. The show, disappointing.
And I would say surprised.
And there's various reasons for that.
Okay. And does it all get a bit too much after 4 days?
Absolutely.
Or 5? We're there for 5 days.
Absolutely. We're there for 5 days. Like, not in a bad way. I think you could definitely do the national in 2 or 3 days. Unbelievably.
100%
You're not
agree.
missing out. You just kind of need to pick the right days.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need to be there for the full 5, but there is benefits to doing that, I would say.
Yeah, I think it definitely does get a bit much after 4 days. I mean, we had...
It's the same show floor, it's the same dealers. There's
Yeah.
different vibes each day because you never know who you're going to chat to, who you're going to bump into.
There's stuff going on, trade nights and stuff going on.
There's things, events happening. Yeah. And there's a big difference between day 1 and day 5 of the show.
And also,
But in general, depending on what you're there for,
yeah.
1 day at it could probably... I mean, you're going to miss a lot of stuff because you're not going to be able to see every single card and every single table in 1 day. But if you know what you're there for, if you know exactly what you're looking for, 1 day would be enough to do your shopping, if you will.
I think with soccer as well, like, you know, there was different signings every day. TriStar were doing signings, and there was a lot of Panini were getting people in for signings and all that stuff. And like, if you were there as a baseball fan, or you were there as an NFL fan or something, or even basketball fan, there might be other stuff you could do. Like, but there was no soccer signatures going on.
Yeah.
There was no signers that were doing that for soccer. So you very much, if you were a soccer attendee, you had to make your own show.
Yeah.
And doing that after 5 days is like a bit exhausting.
True.
100%. And like we had a bit of a dip after, you know, two days.
Yeah.
Where we were like, whoa, this is just like, and that was before a lot of people had gotten there as well.
You know, we had a big half time, I would say, at the national.
Big half time. So, because you weren't feeling great either.
I was sick. Oh, that's important. Can we point that out?
Do you want to make would you like to make a blanket statement to camera? Yeah.
When I arrived on my entire trip, pretty much to Atlantic City, I had travel sickness. I was sick. Then during each of the first 3 or 4 days, I would say, like a lot of the show, really. I don't know when we'd say I got better. Maybe the last 2 days. The first 3
Maybe Saturday and Sunday you're at your best.
Saturday and Sunday I was at my best. Prior to that, I was really, really sick. So I remember there was one gentleman. Do you remember who that was who ended up minding my stuff before?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Jonathan was chatting to me, and I just sat down at one point. I just sat down.
Yeah.
Like, I was really, really sick. I was focusing on not getting sick and that kind of level of like could vomit kind of thing, which is obviously
You're feeling queasy, and we're talking
easy,
to a listener.
a bit lightheaded, stuff like that. So anyone that did interact with me and had a much better time chatting to Jason,
Yeah.
in general, you're a charmer, Jason.
Oh, stop.
But just in that case, I was feeling sick, and I didn't want to tell people, I'm feeling real sick right now, because suddenly people take a few steps back.
Yeah.
They think you're going to vomit on them. But I was sick for the first few days at the National. I had my heaves, and at some points I had my peaks where I was doing all right, and then sometimes I was really, really bad. So if you had an awkward or weird experience with me at the National, chances are I was trying not to get sick.
And if you had an awkward or weird experience with me at the National, I'm just like that.
Jason's, because you were thriving health-wise.
I have no excuse. I was perfectly healthy. I was in the full of my fitness.
Yeah, I was just,
Yeah, so it was...
not my best. I'm feeling great now.
You feel great now. We were just so we came to Philadelphia, we checked into our hotel, and because I guess it's a Monday, and we booked it last minute, we got a good deal. We were able to get like a junior, like little suite things.
Oh,
we're
it's
in like the
amazing.
living room every hour hotel.
We have a
room.
living room, exactly. There's a
like
podcast
two
studio.
like full like queen size beds over there.
It's fucking amazing.
And then we're in like this like little podcast studio area.
It's great.
So so we came and then we went to out for lunch in Reading Terminal Market.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool. I think it's like one of the oldest food markets in America. 1890s, I think it was built. It's amazing. Like, every kind of food is there. I had delicious turkey, green beans, and corn with some nice cornbread, some gravy. And I
went straight in for a Philly cheesesteak, and it was great.
Yeah, the last meat that I ate was a Philly cheesesteak yesterday for lunch.
The only thing that made you sick on this trip.
It's the only thing that made me sick on this trip.
I had the same cheesesteak. It was great. And
I've had vegetables and fish. And then turkey was the next one I had. I had to like start on turkey, which is like
dry and
safe. Very safe meat.
Yeah.
And if I'm feeling like a bit saucy tonight, I might eat some chicken.
Okay.
And like beef is like for me maybe tomorrow for lunch I could eat beef.
Okay. Before a big flight.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just eat vegetables from here on in. So yeah, right. Sports Card Nonsense.
Yeah.
Our good friends Mike and Jesse at Sports Card.
We wanted to grab a photo with them, but we forgot.
We did do a
podcast with them.
A podcast with them for their podcast. And then we didn't. We just arrived, and we were like trying to film stuff and interview people and all that while we were there. And we sat down with them. We did their podcast. And then they said it was over. We just like, great, thanks guys, and we just left. We should have just said, can we get a quick picture or like,
can we do a quick interview?
Can we do a quick interview or something? But we just.
We're busy. We were busy.
We were busy, and also they were so busy. They had a booth with Card Shop Live, so they had like teams of people running around.
Yeah, it must be nice.
It was so funny to see them, to see Jeff Wilson, to see like
She collects cards.
Gary V was there with the 1:37 p.m. guys.
The Card Talk Boys.
The Card Talk Boys, Card Collector 2, was there.
Yeah, Sunday League Investors.
Sunday League Investors were there. So many content creators, and like people be walking around. Some of them doing solo or like duo content. But like somebody walking around like camera crews.
Oh, gangs.
And then the two of us who are like, we're both on the podcast. Being like, all right, you do this part and I'll hold the camera. And,
I was becoming the cameraman. Jason was the cameraman.
Yeah.
We didn't have anyone to make us both on camera.
No, we don't have any footage.
Of the two of us together. I don't think so.
We have a lot of footage of each other that we both took.
Yeah, but if you looked at the footage, you wouldn't think we were in Atlantic City together.
There are like...
We have a few photos.
We have a few photos, but there's like different cuts of a movie. We have like a version of the Soccer United trip to the National where it's just you went to the National. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Okay, so...
But they just said, Showbo, here we come.
Oh, sorry. Sparkle says, Showbo, here we come. We stayed at the Showbo Hotel in Atlantic City, described by an Instagram post by Grayson from Cherry Collectibles, who we also met, who was super nice, as abhorrent.
An abhorrent hotel, and he was staying on a much better floor.
He was staying higher up in the building.
Much higher up.
It was not great. It was terrifying. Not great. We had
experiences in that hotel.
That it's like
trying to forget them.
We came here, and we were checking in to this hotel we're staying in Philly, and
it was just delightful.
It was delightful. I mean, we were checking in, and I didn't have to ask the woman, like, excuse me. I couldn't hear you over the sound of the bumper cars, Sorry,
the
Sorry, the police are here.
The police are here, the ambulance are here. Sorry, a
ambulance are
kid
here.
just went through in a balaclava on a bike with his shirt off doing a wheelie down the hotel.
Yeah.
So-
It was great.
It's a great experience.
So the showboat, here we come. I mean, I just go back to the showboat just for the fun, but it was right on the boardwalk, which was convenient. We eventually discovered was convenient.
Yeah.
All right, Brad Humber says, did attending the 2022 National convince you to attend the 2023 convention next year in Chicago?
100%.
100%.
100%.
I cannot have that be my only national.
If I can experience that while in Chicago, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
I'm excited for Chicago already.
Yeah, we're going. We'll
All
be
right.
there.
Doug Jones asks, whose cards did you see more of than you expected? And other way around, who did you think you would see more of but didn't?
Seen a lot of Neymar.
That's who popped into my head as well. A lot of
Seen
names.
a lot of Neymar.
So just for context, the 6 players that we saw the most
Yeah.
were
Pele.
Maradona, more Pele than Maradona.
Oh, Pele signed stuff everywhere.
And Maradona stuff kind of undervalued, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo,
Mbappe.
Mbappe and Haaland.
That wasn't that
And then
much
Neymar.
Haaland.
Probably Neymar was maybe after Mbappe the most popular. And then
Yeah.
Haaland was under him.
Yeah, I believe that. I was, and we said just in general the Jude class, we didn't see enough of that.
Wasn't a lot of Jude class. They asked who we didn't expect to see.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
did see a lot of. Bukayo Saka.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
loads of Bukayo Saka
A lot
autographs.
of Bukayo Saka.
And also a lot of Emil Smith Rowe and a lot of Gabby Martinelli. Like Arsenal are a huge club, and you forget that because they're not in the
Yeah.
Champions League license.
Like, who did you think you would see more of, but you didn't?
Who did I think I would
Yeah.
see more of, but I didn't?
That's why I said the Jude class. Like, I didn't see a lot of Adeyemi.
Didn't see a lot of Adeyemi.
I didn't see much Musiala.
Hardly any Musiala.
Um,
There was a good bit of Pedri, maybe.
yeah, a bit of Jude, not a lot of Jude.
There was hardly any Gavi, which tells me that people are like
They don't know yet, or they haven't opened
they're
yet.
not opening this year's product.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of Woso, but not a lot.
Bit of Oso, yeah. Trying to think what else did I expect to see but didn't. Yeah, I mean, like we saw different stuff. Like when we went to the trade night, soccer trade night.
That changed it.
That was like a universe that we recognized.
That was great.
That was like we were seeing people that we talked about in the podcast. We're seeing
Hosted by Wicked Soccer Cards, I
Wicked
believe.
Soccer Cards, yeah. Matty and the guys, and that was like you saw like your likes of Darwin Nunez, you saw your Vlahovic, you saw everybody, João Felix. So I was just surprised by the narrowness of the soccer
Yeah.
and how many people had.
Like, there wasn't a lot of tables of soccer, but when you did get a soccer table, it was very narrow.
Very narrow. The amount of 2017-18 Mbappe Chrome.
Yeah.
The amount of 2018 World Cup Prism Mbappe.
Yeah, 2014 World Cup Prism cards as well.
Yeah, a lot of Neymar.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, it was just, you see, like, tables of basketball, tables of baseball, tables of NFL, and you'd go, like, right, oh, I think I see a soccer card, and you go, and it would be like a PSA 7 Messi Mega Cracks.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, how is this your only soccer card? But it's obviously because they heard soccer was hot. Very reasonably went and got a Messi rookie,
Yeah, fair.
and it hasn't done the numbers they expected it to do.
And they're just chilling, they want to get rid of it.
And yeah, and not a lot of high. Oh, actually, I have an answer on your behalf, which is not a lot of high grades in Messi and Ronaldo rookies.
Oh, yeah. I was looking for that the whole way through. The highest Ronaldo Mega Cracks we found was 8.5 BGS.
Yeah,
Highest Messi Mega Cracks was PSA 8.
yeah,
Highest Ronaldo football sticker in the Sporting Lisbon kit was PSA 7.
yeah.
That
We
I
did
s-
see the BGS 9 Ronaldo, didn't we? But it was
That was a trade night.
That wasn't
yeah.
on, that wasn't
on the
show
floor. Wasn't
yeah.
on the floor. We also managed to come across someone who had an incredible collection of modern. I think he has them all in the PWCC vault. So we got to hold
Oh my god, I don't even know who
in
that
hand.
was.
Yeah, I don't know the name. It was real weird. I don't know why it was a bit like we didn't interact with it. It was almost just so.
Basically-
Didn't even record.
No, we couldn't because like we saw a private collector talking to someone from PWCC at
Yeah.
the PWCC
And he had
stand.
this box full of cards, and it was the same kind of like, similar to SGC boxes. Like it wasn't, didn't have a big briefcase, didn't have whatever.
No.
And I just seen that there was, I think the 101 Champions League Chrome Musiala rookie to the Superfractor, and I said, Jesus Christ, like look at this.
Yeah.
Then I seen the Bundesliga Haaland
2019.
2019-20, like the rookie card, 101 Superfractor as well.
Yep. There was crazy.
There was a lot of 2017-18 coloured Mbappe's,
Yeah.
graded
There
as
was
well.
a red that was just out.
There was Haaland, all it was everywhere.
There was Haaland always. So we don't know who that was.
Yeah, 101 Adeyemi, maybe he might have had. He had another Jude Class 101 Superfactor. Crazy, like millions,
It
millions.
was crazy. It was the kind of thing that you like. for me anyway, it was the kind of thing that you expect to be spread across like 20 of the world's top collectors.
Yeah.
But it's like realistically, soccer's at a stage where like there's not that many huge collectors.
Yeah.
So, in terms of that buy the big ticket items.
Yeah.
So this guy had just
like Mbappe Prisms number to 8.
yeah, but we just didn't like what were we going. We were standing there, and I'm like trying to think about filming, but like we're interrupting a private conversation. We literally just couldn't move away. We just had to stand there, and then eventually they saw us with our drool coming down the sides of our mouth, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to see these cards?" And then we had to kind of like just play it cool. We couldn't be like, "Can I be friends with you?" You know, it was awkward. I don't know who it was.
No, I don't know his name. Great. He didn't have any Messi Ronaldo rookie. He said he doesn't like him. He likes people that you can still watch playing for the next few years.
Oh, it's so strange. Right, let's see. How did you like... Let me just see the recording still working just to be sure. Okay, we are 22 minutes into the recording. That's great. FC Cardboard says... Oh my God. It's a noisy couch, okay? Don't start making comments on the YouTube.
Listen.
Jason's got problems after that turkey. FC Cardboard says, how did you like Atlantic City? Heard it was quite the place.
Oh my God. I've been to Vegas before, so I've seen it all, you know? In this kind of...
You've seen a casino town.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
How was it? We seen some shit. We seen some stuff.
Yeah.
We seen some stuff that impacted us a lot. It wasn't long before we were in taxis only.
Yeah, we thought it was like a 20-minute walk. So the convention center is like most of the hotels, apart from I think the Borgata and maybe the Harrah's, are like on the boardwalk.
Yeah,
you can just walk on the boardwalk and go from hotel to hotel. But the convention center isn't. It's like down kind of by like perpendicular to or parallel to Caesars, and like it's just like a 20-minute walk down the boardwalk and then like a 5-minute walk or 10-minute walk up across town. And it's kind of fine, but first couple of times we walked it, we didn't realize that was the best way to walk it.
Yeah, we didn't know the boardwalk was there.
Yeah, we didn't know we were right by the boardwalk. So
we just walked through the town.
We didn't want to explore our hotel.
No.
We were just like, let's just get out of here.
We've seen enough in our hotel as soon as we checked in.
Yeah. So we walked through like town a couple of times, and we were like, this is crazy, like the stuff that's going on here. Yeah. We were like, how is it all so fancy inside, and that they just make no effort with the rest of the town?
Yeah, it makes no sense. How are they making so much money on gambling and not reinvesting into the...
Yeah, how is it like that you can just put these things up, hire the people, but then you have like no responsibility to the people
just close by.
Like literally if a tourist walks the wrong way, like immediately they're like, yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
And somebody from Vegas actually was telling me that in Las Vegas they have that same problem, but at least they put all the hotels on the strip.
Yeah, it's all together.
It's all together, and like you don't ever have to like see the low rise kind of areas, which is no better, but at least like as tourists, it is slightly better.
Yeah, but like you're going to a conference where everyone, even the attendees, are carrying around slabs that are worth something.
Yeah.
And then you're in an area that's obviously really poor.
Yeah.
So like we walked after, I think the first day of the show, and we had slabs in our backpack and wax with us. We walked by, and the worst, like we obviously seen a lot of people doing drugs and stuff like that, but we were walking by, and I'd say pretty much from where I am and where Jason is right now, a couple of feet away, me and Jason walked by some gentleman holding what was not a Babe Ruth baseball bat, let me tell you.
No.
It was just a baseball bat,
yeah.
And he had a balaclava on, he was just standing there.
Yeah. I don't know if he was like security for the Chinese restaurant we were outside or what was going on.
It didn't look like he was security.
It was strange.
But he was doing something. And yeah, just walking by that with a load of slabs and stuff like that, and a load of eBay bag that we got on the first day. It doesn't look great. Very easy targets. I mean, Jason's very tall.
We didn't hear anything about... I do want to say, right?
Someone got mugged. That was on camera. Someone
got mugged on camera?
I think it's on camera, yeah. I think someone said at least one person got mugged.
Okay.
In Atlantic City, close to the convention centre.
Right. But I do want to say that the amount of people complaining about Atlantic City and the safety of it... was not necessarily borne out in the statistics.
Yeah, no. It was grand.
Like, I'm pretty sure somebody gets mugged at the National every year.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, so it was one of those things where, for me, I was less thinking, like, I'm not safe.
Yeah.
And more thinking, like, I don't want to be here.
For me, it was just the lack of food places.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places to eat outside a hotel.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, there just wasn't you couldn't just break away from the National and get lunch. Like, it was very difficult.
No, there was like one place, the Tun Tavern,
Turn Tavern, God bless the waitress in there who
who was seating the people.
was seating people,
Yeah.
cleaning the tables. everything.
So Tun Tavern was right across, and that was like every time you went in, it was like at least a 45-minute wait.
Yeah.
Sometimes like an hour and a half we were quoted.
Yeah.
Then there was like an Applebee's across the street where again everyone was going, so you couldn't really go there. Then there was a McDonald's, again packed.
Jammed.
And then there were like some food places within the convention center that just were not good.
Very bad.
So it was quite the place. It was quite the experience. Like I kind of thought that some people who didn't want to go to National Atlantic City, I kind of thought they were being like a bit prudish and a bit kind of like, I don't know, a bit like clutching their pearls a little bit.
Yeah,
Like, I couldn't go to somewhere like that, you know. But now I'm like, no, it's perfectly reasonable to say that's just not my scene. I don't want to go.
I don't want to be there. Yeah, it wasn't as bad as people say it was. It certainly wasn't good. Just from my point of view, if I'm hosting an event,
Yeah.
I could find 5 reasons not to go to Atlantic City. You know,
Yeah, and I couldn't find many.
the ease to get there.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Yeah.
Difficult. General safety. You know, you're in a gambling town, whatever.
Yeah.
Food places. Wi-Fi at the event.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi at the event was scandalous.
The Wi-Fi on the showroom floor was terrible, and then they started trying to charge up the wall for
So
it.
they put blockers in the. So
Yeah, they
this-
purposely put blockers in to make
so
the
they
Wi-Fi
couldn't get
worse.
Wi-Fi or signal.
So they could force people to spend to get Wi-Fi to get them comps.
Yeah. So
That's
was
like, for me, if I'm hosting an event, one of the, like, if me and Jason are hosting the international, number 1, security. Number 2, location. And location means how easy is it to get there, what's in the area, is there other things to see, is there food places, blah blah blah. And 3 is Wi-Fi. It's like the most crucial part of a card show.
Yeah, completely.
If you don't have card show at the convention, Wi-Fi at the convention, and people say, "Oh, look how much money you spend on cards. You just pay for the Wi-Fi." But like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's
I paid for my ticket to come.
pay
to
for my
this event.
ticket.
Like,
Yeah, it should be included.
It's like one of the essentials.
It's like, why doesn't the
And
event
security.
pay for it and charge me an extra $5 or whatever?
Yeah,
Like, you know, I should be
so messed up.
Yeah, it should be kind of like, I think that kind of stuff should be like free at the point of service.
Yeah.
Like you've already paid for it.
Yeah, if you as the event organizer need to pay to have the Wi-Fi there and have it be good,
Spread that throughout all the attendees.
exactly.
Yeah,
It was shocking.
it's shocking.
Also, the toilet roll in the as the days went on.
Yeah.
Day 1, day 2 was actually grand. Then at one point it ran out, and they just never replaced it.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
bathrooms.
The
No, a lot-
servicing of the facilities in general was.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
didn't look like there was a lot of security either at the event.
No, one thing there was in Atlantic City is there's a lot of cops.
Yeah.
Atlantic City Police Department, like they have their priorities. That's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like there's if you're in Caesars or you're in the Hard Rock or even if you're at our hotel, the Showboat, like, or if you're at the convention center, or at the area, I forget what it's called, but there's like a kind of like an outdoor shopping mall area. Like there's cops around there, and you know they can get you no problem. But then if you just loads of areas where like everyone's just left to police themselves.
Yeah. Weed all over the air everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of people do. We never found out if it was legal in New Jersey.
I think it is because I seen a sign indoors
It must
somewhere
be.
in one of the casinos said no smoking weed. Smoking is like you can smoke cigarettes in certain areas.
Yeah.
Can't smoke weed, and I don't think you put up a sign like you don't say you can't do cocaine. Like cocaine's illegal. You don't
Yeah,
put up
yeah,
a sign telling
yeah,
people
yeah.
they can't, even if you know what they're doing.
I'm with you.
So I think weed is legal, which is fine, but it's also like when you're walking around and that's all you're inhaling. It's just like
Yeah, especially because
Concrete.
it's sea air and it's hot. Like so, it's super humid.
yeah. You can walk up the boardwalk. You were just walking
The
through.
air
weed,
is like real heavy.
and it lingers.
It lingers. So that was weird as well. I don't know. It was just a weird choice of location.
Like we've just been in Philadelphia for like 10 minutes and it feels amazing.
Yeah, we love it here.
It's great.
Yeah.
So
Right, Alex Kent asked, favorite promotional.
you missed one. Soccer never sleeps. Jersey Jonathan.
Did I miss that?
Yeah.
It's not on. It's.
Well, can I,
It's,
will I read
it's
it?
further down on my list.
Will I read
I
it?
have it too. Yeah, read it. Okay.
Sorry.
That's Jonathan that you were.
Oh no. Well then
Yeah.
let me read it.
Okay.
Sorry, Jonathan. Would you be tempted to be a vendor at a big show like that in the future and being one of the few soccer guys there? Did you make personal purchases? I would 100% set up in Chicago. I'm pretty sure all the tables are already sold out like a year in advance.
Yeah.
I would absolutely be a vendor in Chicago if I could with just a full soccer table.
Right.
And I'd have a great time. Make personal purchases. I got the Giovinco that we found out of the dollar box.
Yeah.
That was great. Apart from that, we bought the industry conference hall on PSA 10.
Yeah.
I love that one. We got a Salzburg Haaland at the trade night. One of the match attacks, Sal 13, I believe.
Yeah, we did a big trade with Soccer Card HQ.
Yeah.
Soccer Cards HQ. We did a trade. he sought us out because he wanted to reunite the Joao Felix
With you.
Blue Fusion with me, and then we had this Steph Curry Green Prism, which we valued at whatever it was, and then so we got a combo deal. We got Haaland SGC 9, Sol 13 match attacks, and the Joao Felix, which was a PSA 10.
Yep, PSA 10 pop one.
And that was going one way, and then the Green Pulsar Steph
And the other way.
went the other way, and so shout out to Scott from Sock Cards HQ.
Yeah, absolutely. I missed the opportunity to buy a PSA 9 2014 World Cup Prism Cannavaro Auto for $90.
Kind of half thinking it might be there.
I was like, yeah, it'll be there. I'll be fine. I missed out. And I really wanted to buy the 8.5 Ronaldo rookie. But for various reasons, I decided it wasn't a good time to do that. You know, a lack of, to be honest, there wasn't that much soccer. There wasn't that much soccer for me as well in terms of personal pickups. So beyond that, no.
Well, also, like, there was a lot of people, because you would have picked up some Italy stuff, but, like, in terms of national teams, Italy was the most popular national team apart from the States there.
Yeah.
Like, we're in New Jersey, well, we're not anymore, but we were in New Jersey, like, so there's so many Italian Americans.
Facts.
They're walking around. We saw more probably AC Milan jerseys
Yeah.
than any other club. There you go.
And I'd say it seemed like a lot of the, maybe it's my bias, but I felt like not a lot of people were wearing jerseys, but if they were soccer jerseys. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, like, I do think we probably just blocked out.
I think we did. I think we did.
But also we got on my side 2 Roy Keane rookies, one in SGC 8, one in SGC 9, 991 Pro set for Nottingham Forest, and then in the dollar bins,
The dollar bins. That's where our PC is at.
great finds. Like, I got like 2016 Select for Republic of Ireland, and then Panini Black Gold. Like a couple of numbered Panini Black Golds, a couple of base that are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So some personal purchases definitely made.
You know, it's good.
And that Tops Industry Conference, Haaland, PSA
Underrated.
10, underrated. And we saw it on a table for like $2,000.
Yeah, no.
We were like, that's not worth that. And then some other guy who wasn't a sock guy, who was like one of those people that had just 1 or 2 sock cards.
Had it for like $350.
$350. We got down to $290. So great. That was a lot of fun. And we actually have that whole deal
on camera. So when we get to making a vlog or an editing, we just do a few bits.
Yeah.
We do a little video roundup of the national. You're going to see some of the things we got up to. And that kind of falls into Alex Kent's question, Jason, which says, favorite promotion / card giveaways. Did you find Tylenol? Are you still alive? Hope we had a great time.
All right, well, we'll go in reverse. Are you still alive? Yeah, we're fine.
We're good. We're here.
We're fine now that we're in Philly.
Now that we're in Philly,
Yeah.
we're fine.
Did you find Tylenol?
We did.
Yeah.
Lots of it.
Yeah,
Did we
lots of
need
it.
it? No.
No.
I mean, I was definitely
You could have
sore.
done. You could have done with some paracetamol.
I could have done with a few bits. My knee started hurting one of the days,
Yeah.
but in general, it was fine.
You didn't. You don't want to take medication unless you definitely
I
have
seen enough pharmaceutical ads in this country
to know there was an agenda.
to know I'm not going near anything that is in my body that's not food. And even the food, some of the days I said I can't eat that. But in general, no. We found Tylenol. It was real funny.
Tylenol, Advil, yeah.
Can I say there was not a lack of deodorant at the National? That was not a problem I came across.
The
Now,
BO?
BO didn't. I came across it maybe once. One person, that was it. It was actually a really big venue. Very
Was a
rarely.
very
Only Saturday you were kind of elbow to elbow with a few people.
Yeah, it
Apart
was a
from
huge
that,
venue.
you were fine. So that was positive. I'm expecting next year to be crazy because I think a lot of people skipped this year.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will just go next year because of its location in Chicago. And apparently Chicago's a little bit tighter venue-wise. So I'd say next year is going to be a different experience altogether. Favorite promotion / card giveaways. I was fundamentally disappointed with every single corporate presence at the National.
Wow. Across the board.
Across the board. There was no one that I said, wow, that you did a great job.
Yeah. I know Luber was hyping himself up for the Zero Cool booth. They did like a lot of different engagement stuff.
They called them activations.
I think it was Josh Luber posted this thing on Instagram.
Was he at the show?
Yeah,
I
he was at
didn't
the
see
show.
him. Okay.
And he was basically saying like he sees the National moving like less, moving away from. I think this was him. If it wasn't, and you're listening, I'm sorry. Or if it wasn't, I'm getting it wrong. Basically, Josh Luber would prefer to have more corporate stuff, more like activations that actually have peer-to-peer stuff going on. Which I think like someone said the corporate section this year was much bigger than it's ever been before.
Yeah, I heard that.
A lot of investor money in various startups and stuff now.
I know,
But what?
I was just disappointed.
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of money, but like we were supposed to somehow just be happy
A lot of it was just peacocking.
that they were there. It was just peacocking. Yeah.
They weren't actually engaging. They weren't actually
No.
giving back. They weren't investing in the people. Like they were just peacocking.
They were there. They bought the booth. They put the thing up.
They wanted to be the biggest booth, the biggest
booth,
lights, the
yeah.
biggest this, and then you're just like, you walk up to them and just like, here's a link to my website to buy something.
Yeah, or it was like, here's what we did. Take a flyer, you know.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like that fun. It was not.
No.
It was, that's to be honest. Like
That's it.
maybe that's just strange to say. Like because you don't really make your own fun and everything. But I did actually think there was a real lack of fun at the event. Like it didn't feel like. I thought there's a lot of people taking this too seriously, and there's a lot of people that aren't interested in it
Facts.
that are here.
Yeah, a lot of workers that were paid to just kind of help the companies work, like they didn't want to be there.
Yeah, and like there wasn't a lot of like.
Shout out to the Panini reps.
Shout out to Panini reps, yeah. Like, I don't know, like, I know we're Irish, so we're obviously very sensitive to this, but, like, there wasn't much crack, like.
Wasn't a lot of
You
crack.
didn't see a lot of people, like, laughing and joking and
Yeah, taking a stop for 2 minutes to laugh and
to
joke.
talk, or to talk about it. So there was a lot of people, like, I don't know. It was just, it wasn't quite, it didn't have the festival atmosphere.
Yeah.
I was expecting, like, this is going to be like a festival of cards.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, really.
No, wasn't at all.
You were either being sold to...
Some of the dealers were being dicks on prices in a
Yeah,
big
now
way.
that's a famous national phenomenon.
But
But you were even shocked. You knew it was going to happen.
I seen a PSA 10 Bundesliga Sapphire Jude Bellingham for 2,200,
Yeah.
and like those do about 200, I think.
Do they?
Like 10x,
Yeah.
like 10 to 12, 10x, 10
Crazy.
5 to 10x they were doing, which is just like, well, I'm not talking to you, you know. And
Yeah.
people say you have to put in an offer, and I'm like, yeah, but that's an insulting.
That's
start price.
way too high to start.
But no, in general, I was just disappointed. Like, you're saying favorite promotion card giveaway. I think Zero Cool gave us free packets, and they had some
Yeah, we got Zendaya, Timothy Chalamet parallel.
from Dune, so that was cool.
Yep.
But like, that was it. Like, you know, you didn't.
I will say the VIP thing again. Like we went to the VIP party that was hosted by Pristine Auctions on the first day.
Yeah.
And you got a sheet of autographs, and then you got some wildcard autographs. So wildcards are like if everyone that wants somebody's autograph has gotten it, everyone has one of their specific tickets. The wildcards can use it if the person still has time. And like that kind of stuff, well, that was included in the VIP ticket. You got to go there, but again, like for us, there just wasn't any soccer players there, so like that wasn't.
For us,
There was no real value add for soccer. And again, it goes back to what you said at the start end of it, which is like, for most of these companies right now, soccer is not where their bread is being buttered.
at all.
And they've no incentive. Companies like this, they're not looking 5-10 years ahead.
No, but like even like the stuff that was in the gift bag, and that obviously sounds like very like for me, it's not so much like I'm disappointed because I got my gift bag and it was bullshit, but I'm disappointed on their behalf because I'm like, it's an opportunity for you to actually connect.
Yeah.
Make it a bit of crack. Like, have a packet in there. That's it. You get more at the London shows we were at.
Yeah.
Like, the little goodie bags we got at the first 2 London shows we went to were better than the goodie bags at the National.
Wow. Because maybe people at the National just don't feel people run the National.
They're complacent.
They've nothing to prove
done
as far
it.
as they're concerned.
Yeah, but it's like,
They do
I don't
to
know.
us. 'cause
Like the
we're
bags,
new.
for example, the bags are eBay bags, right?
Yeah.
So maybe sponsored by eBay, I don't know. You look at like this, we're like to get an eBay bag, you need to be a VIP, right?
Yeah.
And like VIP is just you bought a more expensive ticket because the rest of them sold out. Whatever, you get 30 minutes early access, blah blah blah. I'm eBay or I'm any of the because a lot of companies had a lot of audacity to put their flyers in them bags, Jason,
Without giving anything.
without giving anything.
Yeah.
Right? They said this is great promotion. People are gonna know about me. Da, 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 and it's like, yeah, what are you talking? Like, again, it's no fun. It's just all corporate, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I'm eBay. I think I've like personally spent over 1,000 on eBay fees alone this year without really using eBay. Like I haven't been hard on eBay. Like
Right,
and
okay,
even
yeah,
I've
yeah,
probably
yeah, yeah.
given 4 figures worth of fees to eBay.
I'm with you.
You have 300 people in a room.
Yeah.
You're sponsoring the bag. Chances are there's hundreds of thousands that were just spent on eBay fees by these individuals alone, let alone buying on eBay, and then you're getting a fee on the other end of that purchase, right? Fuck off, like. Put something fun in there. Like so just random a random act of kindness.
Yeah.
For the crack of it. Like there's kids in that room and it's just like
I know it's
You
just
genuinely could have just, you didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Same with the eBay booth. We'll get into that. We took a great. They had one soccer card out of 28,
Oh yeah.
and we'll tell you what soccer card that was. Shocking.
So, did you get to meet Rich Mueller from SportsCollectorsDaily.com? We didn't.
We didn't. He must have been very busy.
I'd say he was very busy. The Sticks man replied to the picture that we posted, which is us walking down the hotel corridor one of the days, and said, "Lads look battered." We were at parts. What was your favorite piece? No, what was your favorite piece of American culture that was new to you? My favorite piece of, I mean, we've both been to America before.
New to us. Yeah, we've both been.
So
I've been to, like, my American tour so far has been Las Vegas, Minneapolis, and then Atlantic City. So it's been a very unconventional experience to America I've been receiving.
Yeah, and I've been to Boston, Western Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., Maryland, and now New Jersey. So, like, the East Coast is not new
To you.
to me. So, in terms of what new stuff...
I don't think I've seen American culture in Atlantic City.
Yeah. I think as well, like, I think...
Everyone that was at a slot machine looked miserable.
Yeah, and that's...
Like, miserable.
Yeah.
It was, you're either sitting at a slot machine by yourself or you're a couple sitting at a slot machine, and in either scenario you look miserable.
Yeah. No, that wasn't great. But my favorite piece... I have to say, everyone was very polite.
Facts.
That was strange.
Everyone's polite. No, not... We said that, not nice in an Irish way, but polite.
Yeah, like more polite than they would be at home on a percentage basis. But it's just different. Like, I think I'm just thinking about it now. Like what I said about the fun. Like there wasn't a lot of people. Like there wasn't a lot of people laughing. Like whereas like, or joking, or it was just a lot of people going like, "Let's go." You know, by the way, people screaming on the show floor.
You know, backyard breaks.
Cut that out, like.
Being themselves.
Cut that out.
That was just, I hated that. And it was funny because the corporates who were very detached were like, these lads are amazing. Look how they get people going. And
Yeah.
in fairness to them, like, backyard breaks were the only people I've seen that are actually giving out boxes.
Yeah, no, like, fair play to them. But I just thought, like, it was almost, like, very stupid.
You have $1 billion companies in the room going like, yeah, that's a €50 hobby box. It's like, mate, relax.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Yeah, if Backyard Breaks can do giveaways,
That's what I'm saying.
then Panini can.
Like,
do
why
giveaways.
is the Panini booth there and it's just full of people telling me not to bother Panini people?
Yeah,
And then the Tops one is just there and they're giving out a few cards, I think,
yeah,
and doing an autograph with someone. But it was nothing. Like, considering you're both $1 billion companies, it's like, that's embarrassing.
yeah. So my favorite thing about American culture was how polite everybody was.
Facts.
But yeah, no, it's, and then okay.
Look at this one, Sancho Sock Cards. How did the experience change any ideas, plans you had for the international? I would be sitting down the corporates and saying, if you're coming here, here's a list of what you have to do.
You wouldn't.
You're not giving me a couple grand and sponsoring it and putting your name up.
Okay, yeah.
You're engaging with the community, or you're just out.
Yeah.
You're not involved. Oh, sponsored by eBay. Yeah, if it's sponsored by eBay, let me have a conversation with
You move
eBay.
your mic just a little bit away from your face.
Sorry,
Thank you.
getting angry. I'm angry, Jason. No, but seriously, I'll be like, no, you're not sponsoring this if you're not engaging with the community of people that are like putting money in your pockets.
I think for me, like, again, if I was planning the international,
Wi-Fi would be essential and free.
Wi-Fi would be free and essential. But like also, I think I would just try and make it a bit more fun. I would try and make it a bit more like you know, just for instance, like just trying to get people linked up that might be like. There was like, okay, so at the start, the Pristine Auctions party, right? The guy that's like emceeing it, it's fine, nice guy, whatever. And he's like, who's been coming here the longest? You know, if you've been here for 5 years, put your hand up, you know.
Yeah.
And I got this one guy's like 35, right? That's fine. And then like, but to me, that was like, okay, that's the cultural bit done. Like, we've done that now. We've all had a bit of fun.
But even there, I'm like, you're in a room with someone who's been here for 35 years consecutively, and you're just like, great.
Yeah, you should be like giving them something.
Yeah, exactly.
Give them something.
Like, he wasn't expecting it. It was a surprise. Boom.
Yeah, wow.
And said, wow, congrats, 35 years. Great. Anyway.
And then, like, I would want to be like, who's looking to find some football cards here? Who's looking to find some baseball cards here? You know, and like try and like get people, because then people are like, looking around going like, let's say it's soccer, right?
Yeah.
Who's here to find soccer cards? Gives a cheer. And it's like a very quiet, like, you know, it's like you're going to get a laugh. Because people are embarrassed that there was only a few of them.
Yeah,
but you're looking around, you're going like that. And it's like you immediately create like a camaraderie.
Yeah.
I was just like, just the lack of like cultural emphasis at the event. Like I said, to me, it should feel like a festival of sports cards, not like a car boot sale.
It was very capitalist. Like I'm thinking of like the Panini VIP party,
Yeah.
and people we didn't go to that, but people that went to
you
it,
alright?
yeah, the people that went to it were just kind of like, yeah, it wasn't much.
Yeah,
They just gave us huge boxes that they charged us a lot for, and that was it.
Yeah, you went,
Few
you got,
drinks.
you got your stuff, you made your money,
And you walked away.
and you walked away, yeah.
So it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I just thought it was shocking. I think not a lot of satellite events post.
No.
It was a lot of corporate dinners. You need to be in a clique.
Yeah, you have to know where you're going.
You have to know someone that invites you to a dinner. It was like, once again, opportunity missed, kind of, I think, for the Paninis, the Fanatics, the Zero Cool, the Tops, the
even
eBay, you know.
Simple as right. Let's say, the first time we got there, we were like, what will we even eat? We went out the boardwalk, and we got some
Terrible pizza.
terrible pizza. Right, but it was from this place that was like big pub, and that same pub had been at the VIP party earlier that day,
Yeah.
saying we'll give you like 20% off your bill or something if you come and show your VIP badge. Right, that's fine, that's good. But for me, and there was free food at the VIP thing as well,
Yeah.
and all that. But for me, like, wouldn't it be fun if it's also like, and eBay has given us 50 pizza vouchers, and the first 50 people to turn up with their VIP badge gets, and then it's like people are like going, because what's that going to do? It's going to create, if you want to like hang out with people, there's going to be lots of people trying to get to that pizza place on the boardwalk. You're going to run into people. You're going to like we're supposed to be having a good time here.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's not supposed to be like transactional like shit.
Yeah, there was
There's
loads
of
of
this like.
people that went to the show and then just gambled for the evening, and it's like, that's because that's what you do in Atlantic City, some people. But it's also because there wasn't anything else happening.
Yeah, which again I guess is like by design in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
There's not supposed to be anything else going on.
Yeah, there's very few places you could
Get in
say.
there and gamble.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I think that's everything on Twitter, or maybe not. Let me just double check. Oh, Jeff Crisp from Indiana says, "Is Atlantic City as shitty a place as the rest of America thinks it is?"
Someone else said, "How do you like Atlantic City?" You heard it was quite the place with the emoji of like.
That's what we answered that one already.
Okay, well, it's a similar question.
Yeah, so we've already answered that. I don't know what the rest of America thinks of Atlantic City, but I know what we think of it.
Can I go back to Marcus Blanca Flores?
Yeah.
And say favorite experience of the show and worst. Favorite experience of the show for me.
Yeah.
Was the amount of people that came up to me and Jason to chat. Even though I was sick for some of it and I didn't leave a good impression, which impacted my self-esteem a lot. But that was genuinely amazing because we got so many people coming up to us and chatting soccer, and it was genuinely so nice.
Yeah, that was great.
I don't even know what my worst was. All the vintage baseball.
My favorite experience would probably be, I really enjoyed soccer trade night, hanging out with people at soccer, talking soccer, and just being in a room with people that are kind of like-minded, that know, you know, what's going on, who the players are, all that stuff, meeting people. Like everyone says, like, right, so everyone says in everyone's Instagram posts,
Yeah.
right, they say like, the best thing about the National is the people. Right? I would amend that. The best thing about the National is some of the people.
Facts.
You know? Like,
Some people were spicy.
some people were spicy. Some people were there with, like, not great intentions. You know? Like, I'm going to try find a sucker to take this card off me. That kind of thing. And, like, but some people were just great. And I did find that a lot of the soccer people seem to be having a better time than a lot of the other people.
Which is funny.
And I think that's probably because when you're in the minority in a certain thing like this, there is that already built-in sense of it's us against the world. So all the soccer collectors kind of feel like we're on team soccer.
Yeah, so we're together.
Which is why when we encountered a couple of soccer collectors who were being a bit spicy,
Oh.
we were like, this is not... There's no time for this. Like, what are you doing?
I was like, get your attitude together, man.
Yeah.
I'd call them out, but I won't.
It was funny as well when a couple of people, we'd be talking to them, and obviously we have an accent, and we'd be talking to them, and then a couple of times somebody just went like this, like they just went like, I'm talking, and then they stop talking, and they go, you're you can push the face out, and I had to go like, From Ireland, yes. I came, and they're like, and you flew on a plane to get here. Yeah, it's
yep.
strange, like, you know. That was a weird experience. There was a good few international people there, though.
Yeah.
It was hard not to get into the habit of just, like, profiling people.
Yeah.
Being like, we were like, at one point, I think we said, like, that kind of body type is, like, more European.
The facial structure.
The facial structure.
Very European.
That looks European. So, yeah. Is your internet working?
Yeah.
Can you go to Instagram and see what people are saying?
What the people wanted to know.
There's a sticker and then there's the comments.
Uh-oh.
So, oh no.
Maybe it's not working.
Maybe the hotel here has let us down.
Let us down greatly.
Let us down greatly.
Well, it's not working on my laptop.
If so, what we'll do is we'll take a break. We'll get it working.
Oh, like part 1 is Instagram, part 1 is Twitter, part 2 is Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my Instagram is.
All right, well, we get Instagram working. We're going to take a break.
Okay.
And we'll be right.
I have it. Did you want that break?
No?
Okay, I have it.
So these are the Instagram comments, and then we do the Instagram stickers.
Yeah, perfect.
Great.
How prominent was soccer at the show? In a dealer's case. B, hearing people ask dealers about it at the tables. C, trade nights. Follow-ups.
What was A?
Dealers' cases, hearing people talk. Dealers' cases, people asking dealers if they had soccer and then at the trade night. So dealers' cases, very slim pickings.
Slim pickings.
There was pickings, but they were very slim.
Very slim, very similar stuff.
There definitely looked like there was a lot of people walking around looking for soccer. I think that was big.
Yeah.
People were trying to find it. A
lot of people kind of craning their necks to see
every
cases.
table. You could almost tell what table had soccer based on the crowd that was around it. Because if you found a soccer table, you didn't just scan it and walk away. You kind of had to stand that out for a while and just hope more soccer would appear at the table.
For sure. And also it's funny when you saw F1 on a table, there was usually soccer, and when you saw soccer, there was usually F1.
They were hand in hand.
They were
the European, the global sports.
Yeah, for sure.
Trade night was lit. A lot of soccer. It was just a shame that it just felt like there wasn't a lot of time. There wasn't a lot of. It was harder to kind of place everything out on a table because, of course, it's just a trade night. It's not a show itself.
It's not a show itself, and like I think as well, like Wicked Soccer Cards did a good job of. You don't want the most important thing I think for a thing like that is
you always say this.
You need it to be buzzy.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was a bit crowded. It was a bit too warm.
You don't want it to be an empty room.
No, that's the saddest.
You don't want the room to be so big that it's an empty room.
Yeah, and even if that would be better, it's like it's good for things like I was in the soccer room. It was packed, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a table.
Facts.
Because even if
so a spare table's on the go, it's like,
yeah, what's going on? Is there no buzz around soccer? Like,
no, I get it, Jason. I agree.
So, what I'm saying is always leave them wanting more. That's the principle.
Did you walk away wanting more?
Yeah, I said.
Absolutely.
I wanted a bigger soccer room, but if you give me one, I wouldn't have been happy.
What was Steve Aoki like in person? He heard we were coming and he didn't show his face.
Yeah, he ran away.
So, make it out what you will.
He ran away like a child.
That came from Thieves Cards. FC Squacky. Or I don't even know.
Swatchy, I think.
Swatchy, right? What was the biggest surprise about the National? What will you do differently for the International? We pretty much covered that. On Twitter. I was definitely surprised by the vintage baseball, the sheer amount of it. Because I'm like, I do the maths and I'm like, there's no way what they sold at the show, without me knowing the price of anything, to be fair, covered their table. Because they had the most luxurious tables.
Yeah.
Because they've been coming year after year after year after year after year. And
yeah,
I look
you can
forward
just keep your
to
table,
when
like, yeah.
they're not around anymore, with all due respect to them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm the new breed. There was too much of that.
Okay.
I don't even think baseball people cared.
We don't know.
No, I don't know. That's fair. But it was to be honest, it was good heritage. I feel like I learned a lot about the hobby.
This is hobby heritage.
Oh, hobby heritage. That's why even people were there that had a full table just full of signed baseballs.
Yeah.
I mean, Jason realised how good a signed baseball is because a signed soccer ball, you can't just put that in your suitcase or in your pocket.
No, if you had like 20, you couldn't sell 20 signed soccer balls in glass cases. It would be like a huge sculptural display.
Yeah, it would be a disaster.
Structural display.
The faces of the two men who need Tylenol, said BNCM Hobby. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Do you know one thing, actually, speaking of faces and all that, and Tylenol, we didn't drink that much.
No, surprising, and we're Irish, and we do drink.
Yeah.
Like, we're not like Irish that don't drink. Now, I was sick. That's why I
You were
didn't drink.
sick.
My stomach wasn't great.
And I think because we were there for all 5 days, and also like I don't like to drink in casinos. Do you know what I mean?
You'll get taken.
Not even that. It just wasn't like a very, it wasn't like a drinking atmosphere. It was a casino atmosphere.
Yeah, it was all casino vibes.
And it was like,
I didn't love the idea of giving money to the hotels, the casino.
right, okay, yeah.
Didn't love that, but I still did it. To a
Yeah.
degree. There we are, Philadelphia.
Yeah. God, well, I mean, a couple of, 2 different cocktails that were really nice. But even like I didn't know what to drink. Like I was drinking Miller Lite and stuff because it's just different beers.
We had a Heineken.
Yeah, there's drinks served at the show. You can walk around.
Yeah.
But like for us as well, like I'm walking around and I'm like, what if I run into somebody
And you're just drinking a
and
beer.
I'm just drinking a beer?
at the show.
If it's a listener, that's fine. But like, what if like?
If it's a listener, they're laughing at you being like this Irish motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that.
But like, what if I run into like someone that I might like to work with someday or whatever, and I'm just like, how you doing? Yeah, come over for the show. You know yourself.
You know me. It's like 12 o'clock in the morning. You're there drinking.
Exactly.
Not great.
But I think we're going to go out for a few scoops in Philly tonight.
We might do. Irish Card Collector 96 said, "What's one standout moment from the whole trip? Seeing a certain card, visiting a certain area, Philadelphia."
Yeah, that stands out. What is one standout moment from the whole trip?
Standout moment from the whole.
Bear in mind, we're still on the trip, so we don't have to have an answer for this.
No, I know that. One standout for the whole trip. I seen Ken. That wasn't a standout though. That was
Seeing Ken Golden.
Seeing Ken Golden. I was a few feet away from him, but like he was like a real celebrity there, kind of
Yeah.
cornered off from everyone else. So I'm not gonna call that my standout moment. Honestly, just being alive, Jason, this far in,
Yeah.
without any conflict brought our way at all.
Yeah, I think that the meeting the listeners when I was in the moment. Like a lot of times, like I was walking around and I'm kind of like always thinking about like what's over there, what just happened, all this stuff.
What's here, what's there.
But like when we're just actually talking to people that like we kind of know,
Facts.
or that we
Rip and wax with Malik.
Oh yeah, Rip and Wax with Malik.
That was brilliant.
Malik just went on a map, and so for anyone who doesn't know, you can get these things like redemption packs if you buy boxes. So it's like a way that companies help out the
Big
likes of
distributors.
Steel City and Dave and Adams and all that stuff.
Yeah.
If you buy certain boxes, you can take that box to Tops or Panini or Upper Deck, and they will take the shrink wrap off.
Yeah, force you to open it basically.
Force you to open it and give you a one of their redemption packs. You can open that. And so Malik was going on a mad one for these
Redemption
packs. So he bought a load of wax, soccer wax.
I wanted us to open it with him.
And he says, yeah. So we're talking to him the night before.
Yeah.
At the impromptu trade night that came up the first night or the second night we were there. And so which Sunday League Investors organised, I think.
We kind of organised it as well. You know, someone thanked us for organising it.
We encouraged the organisation of it.
We absolutely egged them on to do it.
Yeah. We peer pressured.
Peer pressured.
Yeah, 100%.
Great guy.
So Malik says, why don't you rip all this stuff with me? And we were like, yeah.
Let's do it.
And it was so fun.
Yeah. He hit a Young Son autograph.
Rookie, yeah.
Not rookie ticket, but...
Contenders ticket.
Contenders ticket, yeah.
We hit an all 4 from Bundesliga
Stadium Club. That looked beautiful.
Oh, there's some really good stuff in there.
It was fun. But yeah, to that note though, just talking to people that listen to the show, because I really felt like we had our own community at the National, which itself was one big community.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously we're dropping names of people that we met, and like we're gonna forget people, and so if we did say hello, and
Jason's better at names than me
on the show, like we
essentially meeting our internet friends.
Meeting our internet friends was delightful. I mean, even like literally we sat down at the Pristine Auctions thing, and we were there sitting there. And kind of feeling a bit like, like...
What are we doing?
What are we doing? I had a kind of a botched negotiation for a Haaland from the Leaf packs. This guy apparently was a big fan of the college that the NFL player that I had went to. And he was like, I hope I get Bryce Young. And I was like, oh yeah, I hope you do too. And then I got Bryce Young. And then he got Erling Haaland. And I said, oh, that's great, we can swap. And he goes, well, I don't know. He's like... my wife's Danish. I was just in Europe watching some soccer, and I hear this Holland guy's pretty good. And I was like, okay, so that's how it's gonna be then all week.
That's how it's gonna be.
I thought this guy, like, this guy said, I'm a collector, And then when it came down to it, he was like, "By God, look after my bags first and foremost."
Listen, that's facts because your bags can help you collect.
Yeah, bags can help you collect. So, and then Irwin came over with his son and said, out of nowhere, we're just sitting at this table. This guy comes up to us and he goes, "Hi, I'm Irwin. I'm a listener. Jason Enzo, just want to say hi." And it was like so nice because it was like we were operating on such a high frequency because we've been traveling and all that,
We were
running
so tired.
around.
I was sick.
You were sick. We didn't know where we were. We had never been to Nashville before.
It's crazy.
And then to have like one of our own, quote unquote,
Look after us.
reach out to us, and put us at ease a little bit.
Yeah.
Was just amazing.
Say like your people are here.
Yeah. Be like, it's okay. We know we see you. It was almost like, you know. So that was so nice. That was just like. And then another stand-up moment for me would be arguing with the Haitian taxi driver, but we're gonna put that in a vlog, I think.
Oh dear.
So we can talk about that.
I had an experience when I went ordering drinks in one of the casinos up at the bar. I didn't like that.
Yeah, you were. Let's just say Atlantic City is that kind of place.
Atlantic City tried to reel me in.
Yeah.
And I said, "No thanks, ma'am. I'm here with my friends.
Yeah.
Gotta go back over there.
Go back over there to my table.
I don't want to enjoy my evening.
Yeah.
No, I don't gamble, please."
So, have you got another question?
Yeah, I was just looking at who won Love Island, Jason.
Okay.
I won't spoil it for anyone. Yeah, so Steve Aoki didn't show his face. Tylenol, da-da-da. What was the best food you guys ate while here in the States? By the way, I hit a Drogba auto from the Pearl box I got from you guys from our website, shotcardsinit.com. That's raining game cards, but raining AME cards. Raining AME cards, right? Best food. That's a tough one because we actually, we've complained about the food the whole way through.
But we did actually eat.
We ate very well.
Yeah, very well.
For me,
Dinner was the easiest meal to get.
Dinner was the easiest meal to get. Lunch, breakfast.
Because the thing was, there was no breakfast in our hotel really.
No.
So, and the show started early, and so we didn't really like get up in time to like go out and get breakfast.
No. And lunch was hard to get.
So lunch was hard to get. So like basically, most days the first kind of solid meal we ate was dinner.
Yeah. And like one of the days, I literally did one full day on the National, and all I had was 2 chicken tenders from the minute I opened up to the minute I went to bed.
Yeah.
That was all that went in my system was 2 chicken tenders, and they were terrible.
So, but food wise, let me think.
That's why I was walking around day 1, 2, and 3.
How about the Philly cheesesteak you had today?
Philly cheesesteak I had today is up there if I can't give the dinner last night the vote.
Yeah.
Or maybe the first night. The first night we went to that place. Because I was really sick prior to that. I had only eaten 2 chicken tenders the day prior.
That's what the restaurant we
like,
went to in Caesars.
Yeah. And that was like a meal I was able to eat fully.
Yeah.
And that might
I tell you what I had.
The creme brulee I had there was honestly delicious.
Yeah.
I love creme brulee.
You love creme brulee.
I love it.
Anyone ever wants to get their way into Enzo's good books, make him a creme brulee.
Oh, and when the top isn't that hard, that was amazing.
Yeah. Lovely. And
in general, the food is terrible here. The cheesesteak I had today in the food court,
Atlantic City,
Atlantic City food terrible, which is the same as Vegas. So I can understand why you're meant to be drunk and gambling.
Casino food is not
give a fuck. They're not known for the food. There was some nice places though, but for me that cheesesteak today was genuinely delicious, and I always wanted to have a proper Philly cheesesteak in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So that was like a bucket list thing, to be honest. So
Yeah.
That was great.
100%. Okay, what's next?
Oh, sorry, you were about to say something.
What am I gonna say about my favorite food?
You had a very interesting salad that involved a lot of grapes.
Oh my god, yeah. So I'm trying to eat like some salad while I'm here, because for some reason like I'm eating healthier here than I do at home.
You're scared.
Because I'm scared, and I'm like I want to eat the stuff that I know you can't do anything funky to.
Yeah, even the Starburst. I ate a Starburst because that was like something I know, and this is.
You're just trying to hit your 5 a day.
I'm trying to hit my 5 a day.
Yeah.
No, but this is funny because I think I had my 2 chicken tenders. That's it. I had 2 chicken tenders and 1 Starburst.
Right.
That day, right? And
yeah.
I went to eat the Starburst. I don't think you were there, Jason. And you were out at a meal. I was staying in the hotel room just to rest up around 6 p.m. until bedtime, right? And I said, I have a Starburst. I was one of the red ones. I love the red Starburst.
Yeah, strawberry.
Yeah, but that's it. That's the thing. It wasn't. Not over here, it wasn't.
Oh.
It was sour. So maybe it was a sour pack of Starburst that I got.
Could have been sour Starburst.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it wasn't what I thought it was. It tasted crazy and just not great.
Yeah. I tell you one thing I'm enjoying is the half and half in the coffee. Like at home, we just put milk in coffee. If we're putting milk, like, there's no cream, put cream in your coffee. So half and half is very luxurious. I feel like I'm drinking milkshakes in the morning. And what was I going to say there? I had a steak.
Your salad. You had watermelon.
Yeah, so the steak I had was good, but the the salad I had, I was trying to eat like salads, because I know like most days I'm going to dinner I'm going to have like something crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to keep it light the rest of the time, and we're in this place Tons Tavern next to I think it's a franchise, but it's next to the Convention Centre in Atlantic City. They have one, right? So I see chicken salad, just says house special chicken salad.
See, that's the thing. I thought you got Caesar salad, and I was like, it's not meant to be chicken in that, and I got real confused.
Yeah.
So like,
the first day I got a Caesar salad.
Yeah.
And then this time, I was like, I think I'd eaten 2 Caesar salads by that stage, and I was like, I can't just keep eating Caesar salad. So, which turns out I should have. So I ordered the house chicken salad, and it came, and they meant chicken salad like, not chicken in a salad, like, but chicken salad. So it's like your classic like chicken, celery, grapes, mayonnaise, and all that, right? Which is fine. I've had chicken salad like that before.
How was the watermelon?
But it came with like 3 or 4 slices of watermelon, which was delicious. A huge plate of red grapes. Outside, there was already grapes in the salad.
Yeah, crazy.
And like 3 slices of like garlic bread. I was like, but there's no leaves.
No.
Where's this? Like,
the breakfast we had in Hard Rock was great.
We did have breakfast in a Hard Rock Cafe. That was nice.
Fantastic. It was the only early morning food we managed to eat. It was great.
Yeah.
With some eggs.
I ordered an egg white omelette. Because whenever I obviously on American TV and movies, people always order egg white. And if you order egg white omelette like in Ireland, they'd be like, "Oh, does the baby not like the yolks in his eggs? Oh, is it too much cholesterol in them for you?"
Jesus.
Like, so an egg white omelette like was always like
on your list.
On my list, because I was always like, that's so, I love only a completely consumerist society
will allow you to
take the yolks, because it's hard to separate yolks from whites.
Yeah, it's not easy.
So only like a completely like customers always right society will allow you to eat an egg white omelette, and so I ate one, and it's grand. Like, I think it's tastier with the yolk in it, probably.
Great. And the last question, or at least in the comments, didn't see much soccer except for a few higher end cards. What about you guys? There was a lot. Like there wasn't a lot, but there wasn't just high end.
I do think in that, like, for instance, like when we were in London at the card shows, that kind of like 50 to 150 euro. Well, in London it's pounds, but that 50 to 150 pound range, is huge. It's probably the biggest selling, part of the show.
Because my data was on, that's why my internet was working.
I have data as well. I could have.
No, it's fine. It hasn't impacted me. We have a lot of questions on this.
Oh my goodness! So, like, but there was a real lack of like $50 to $150 cards here. Everyone pretty much had like, these are worthless. You can just take these, for like take 100 of them for 25 cents each, or this is $3,000.
Yeah,
and I'm not moving on price. So I would agree. A lot of high end stuff.
I love that.
Let me just see how long we've been going for. I think we've been going for an hour.
Yeah, crazy.
This is a mega roundup.
Yeah, are you tired?
No, I can go.
Okay. Franco says, when is the market getting better?
World Cup.
Will you be returning to the National again if it's in AC? I don't know if I'll ever go to AC again, but if the National is the only thing that could get me back here.
Yeah, I'd go to AC again. To be honest, like, if the National was in AC again, I would probably just come to Philly for a week and spend 2 of the days at the National.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
That wouldn't work. There's so much going on. Like,
no, I just mean I wouldn't. I would just tell people I'm just not here. I'm only going for a couple of days.
Okay. I would do it. I would just book a hotel that's as close to the convention center as possible, and I would just stay in my little unit. And to be honest, I'd host events.
Okay.
That's what I would do. What do you do at the trade night? What is the etiquette? Sad to have missed it. What did you buy, sell, trade? The trade night etiquette is just chatting to people that you don't need to wonder if they know about soccer. You're chatting to people that know about soccer cards. You're looking at what they have, and that's it. So the etiquette is just polite, nice, good vibes. There
are some tables at a trade night, and basically they're first come, first served.
Yeah.
Whoever's there first can set up.
We were not there first.
If there's like 5 seats around the table, there's 4 people sitting around the table. Like, the etiquette is that you cannot take the whole table.
Yeah.
you have to like try and like trade nights are collaborative and they're like what do you call it, democratic.
Yeah, facts.
So like it's not you didn't buy the table, it's not your table. If somebody leaves and the table opens up, then it's first come first served. You know, it'd be a bit, and basically the etiquette is be polite, be respectful. One thing about the trade night, and I realized there wasn't a lot of space, and everyone's very busy. But I think if I was hosting a soccer trade night, I would try to link people up a little bit more.
Okay.
Because a couple of times I overheard conversations where someone was like, "I'm just looking for, you know, whatever, like this kind
Danny
of
Ings.
I'm just looking for Danny Ings," and then the other person would be like, "I cannot move. Like I walk like 15 feet over there," and someone would say, "I just cannot move this Danny Ings autograph," you know. And it would be cool to like maybe have like a, you know, what you could even do. You could have when you walk in, like name tags, or stickers, and it would say, "Hello, my name is. I am selling Danny Ings. I am looking for James Ward-Prowse." And then somebody else could say, "I am selling James Ward-Prowse. I am looking for Danny Ings." And you walk up and you go, "Oh, hey, Michael, you're the guy. Oh, Danny Ings. Wait till I show you what I have."
Yeah.
Do you know?
I get it.
Although you did not wear your Italian jersey on the Saturday for that reason.
I don't want everyone pestering me with all their Italian cards.
But at a trade night, you wouldn't have to write something you didn't want people to pester you about.
No, I know. Seatown Slabbers, most memorable moment. So I think we said that.
We've touched on that.
Kyle Reid, did the show match the hype? Nope. Didn't.
No.
It was grand. It was a grand scale. There was a lot going on. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't, whatever, but did it match the hype? No. Could it be done better? Absolutely.
I think as well, like, you think about whose interest is it in for there to be hype. It's in the Nationals' interest. It's in the major corporate sponsors' interest for there to be hype. But again, like, we were soccer, like, like it's
yeah.
It's like the equivalent of like going to Comic-Con or something and you're like not a DC or Marvel fan. You're like, but what about my kind of alt indie comic brand? I hate it. I thought it was all real mainstream. It was way too much like Marvel's comics.
No, I just thought like nothing to do with the lack of soccer. I mean, lack of soccer was eye-opening in a good way.
And the lack of soccer was like, I thought it put a ceiling on our enjoyment of it. No matter how good it was, if there wasn't soccer, it could have been like the greatest NFL card conference in the world. But to us, it would have been meaningless.
Okay. I respect it. Stabby Sacks, did Mike Gio meet Anne like Enzo? My guess is yes.
Yes. Mike and Enzo met.
This is Mike from Sports Card Nonsense.
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
I actually met Gio, Mike's dad.
Oh.
At the thing as well. Nice family, nice guys.
Well, I think they like me.
You made a great impression, Enzo.
Thank God. Hopefully they don't ask me to come on the show.
Why not?
That's your job.
That's my job.
It's your job. Stabby Sacks also said, what league are you most excited to see kick off? Shockingly enough, the Premier League. Just because...
Shockingly,
just because I want to see Haaland just banging in goals week in, week out, and I'm just excited for that. But apart from that, of course, Serie A, I can't wait to see this new shape Milan try to defend the Scudetto.
Cool.
Jason?
Who am I excited to see kick off? Well, La Liga.
Okay.
As a fan, as a hobbyist, Premier League.
If you had the money, this is from Kevin Durant, 35 Big Cards.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the money, would you buy 2014 World Cup Prism Gold Power Messi for 150k? That has nothing to do with the national.
That's a Postcard United question slipped in.
If I had the money, I could find a better way to spend 150k.
Agreed.
Soccer Cards Market. What was the one thing that you guys didn't expect about the national? The corporations to be so stingy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The corporations to be so stingy.
Yep.
I don't know if that's like an Irish welcome. I don't know what that is, but really, really, really...
I'll put it a better way.
Lack of an Irish welcome.
Lack of hospitality.
Lack of hospitality.
Hospitality. You allowing me to spend my money.
Everyone wanted to come across as the big man in this space. This is what I work in. This is what I do. I'm the big man, though. And everyone was the big man.
Yeah.
And it was like...
It was ego-driven.
Ego-driven. There you go. Capitalistic, ego-driven kind of, I have a bigger card than you.
Can I say this?
Yeah. Bigger card than you.
In that way, a very male environment.
Facts.
There was not a lot of... And I don't mean that in terms of...
There was a panel on women in the hobby.
I don't mean in terms of the gender split.
Can I say, though, No, that was just sound issues. I just feel like day 4 of the national, the sound issues were very loud with people ready to get hyped up, but then the mics were really bad during like the women in the hobby. But I think that was just more so working out the kinks.
But like, regardless of like the amount of like there were women there. I don't mean there weren't women there, and that there was nothing for women. I mean like in terms of like just energy wise, there was a real male like a lot of dick measuring going on. You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, who needs this?
What's this for?
And it's like almost like.
But some people collect cards for that reason.
No, I understand it's a status game.
Yeah.
I know that, but like even with the companies, it's like no one wanted to be seen to be giving away anything for free.
Everything in that room was pretty much Panini or Topps products. Yeah, you had Upper Deck, you had Leaf, whatever, blah blah blah. But Fanatics, Zero Cool, whatever. Everything was Panini Topps products for the most part. The whole hobby is built on that. The last couple of years they had in the multi-billions, and their setups at the National were embarrassing. What they gave was nothing.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all I can say. Well, we went up with a 1-on-1 redemption and that we had pulled.
Yeah,
and there was a thing that Panini did.
Panini.
Where if you gave Panini, if you gave in a redemption, they gave you like a magic kind of box that had something in it. And I walked up trying to figure out because I didn't know any of that process.
Yeah.
Apparently, you needed to book months in advance to get an appointment. Mm-hmm. Because 5 days at a show is not enough to look after someone. And I didn't know about that. Whatever. I walked up, and apparently 1-on-1s were different. I still don't even know. I probably could have got
you could have got a black box.
Yeah, I potentially could have got a black box even without an appointment because it was 1-on-1. But whatever. I walked up to chat to someone and said, "Hey, I have this. Do you know how I get an appointment? Do you know how I do this, basically?"
Yeah.
And he just looked at me and said, "Oh, if you just find someone with a beard, don't bother customer service, the people sitting down doing so. Don't bother them. You find this guy with a beard, a tall guy, or a guy with this forearm tattoo.
Yeah.
And ask them." And I looked around, and that's maybe like 50% of the hobby room.
Yeah, everyone looks like that.
Men with beards and forearm tattoos.
Yeah.
And I was like, just what the hell? So then we left it, and we said, we'll come back tomorrow. Came back tomorrow, and people were just looking at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
And like, that's fine, but like they had set themselves up as we're going to just do redemptions. Panini will do redemptions, take a few photos, turn it into a Prism card. Great banter, we're really doing it. And it was just like...
Yeah.
Jesus.
There wasn't a lot of generosity. There wasn't a lot of...
Just embarrassing.
Yeah, because like the corporations, it's like, we know you have the money.
You have the ability to print whatever you want.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
You have so much, I don't know.
And like it's an easy, but it's almost like they all agree. Do you know, it's like that thing, it's like a cartel. It's like they all agree, if none of us do this,
Then we don't need to...
then none of us have to.
It just didn't... It felt like they had people there because they needed to be there. We need to kind of be here. We need to be Panini. We need to be Topps. We need to be represented. But it was like... It's the National.
Yep.
That's what we thought.
So we thought.
The National, we thought it meant
We were
something.
so naive.
Naive people.
And by the way, that's not to say, like, that's like other years. We thought that based on what we've seen, what we've heard from other years. And people will hear and say that about this year. That's not like, it's not like this was a bad, I don't think this was a bad year. I think it's that it's reported, again, it's in everyone's interest that goes to the National to maintain the importance of the National.
Facts. Like people always come back from the National and go, the market's great, it's healthy, the hobby's healthy.
Yeah.
Everything's good. I've seen a lot of people. Everyone was happy. It's big. It's healthy. That's always being said.
Yeah.
How's it looking? Is there a lot of people? Yeah, a lot of people. Don't worry. The market's not going to crash.
Yeah.
There's all these people. The hobbies,
and there was a lot of people.
Better than ever. No, but it's true.
But in terms of the energy...
Was it fun?
How many people were just dead-faced, as you said when we were wrapping up our vlog yesterday, dead-faced, dead eyes, and then a camera goes on them and it's, "What's up, guys? We're here at the National,"
Yeah, there was a lot of that going on. People that didn't even want to talk to other people, didn't want to be seen to be talking to other people.
Wouldn't touch somebody, like, people that wouldn't...
Camera went on, and they were like the news reporter of the hobby. It was all right, bro, what are you doing?
Anything left?
Kevin wants to know why are Panini Parallels priced so much higher than Topps Chrome Parallels, the country kits, he says. That's Postcards United, Kevin.
Yes, Postcards United.
That's Postcards United, my man. I'm not going to answer it.
Okay.
That's everything.
That's everything?
That's everything.
All right, thus concludes...
So unless you have anything else to say, Jason.
No. I think that was... okay, so the plan, right? Plan is we're going to be releasing a lot of content that we filmed. We're not exactly sure what form we're going to release it in.
No, we've recorded a lot of stuff.
We don't know if we're going to do like a day-by-day diary. We don't know if we're going to split it up by topic.
Or bits.
Or what's going to happen. But subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
There's going to be stuff there.
There's some funny stuff.
There's some funny stuff. There's some fun stuff. So Do that. We'd like to thank everyone that we met.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time to come up to us. And yeah, we're still away.
We're still away. We're still in the States. There's a couple of people waiting on orders. They're going to get shipped out when I get back.
Yeah. Oh, and we should say, we did have a very, very limited number of Tops Inception.
Yeah.
For the UEFA club competitions.
One per person.
It's one per person. I don't know by the time you're hearing this or seeing this if there's any left on the website.
Putting it at the end of the show was probably not the best.
Shouldn't have done that. You could have been buying it while you were listening to the show.
But shut up.
But sure, look, that's the way we did it, and that's the way. And do you know what? If you didn't hear about it, we emailed the mailing list about it.
So if you haven't put us in, that we don't end up in the promotions on your mailing list.
Yeah. First off, if you're not on the mailing list, that's your own fault.
Get on the mailing list.
If you're on the mailing list, you never see the emails. That's because you haven't made us an important contact.
Yeah, that's your own fault.
Do that. Add us to your contacts so that you get our emails. That's your own fault.
That's your own fault.
But yeah, thanks so much for everyone that we met. Sorry if we didn't know what your expectations.
Yeah, maybe it was a bit negative.
Yeah,
A bit honest.
a bit honest.
Are you happy to have gone?
Yes,
100%.
Yes.
Me too.
I like to see how the sausage is made.
Me too.
Let me in there. Let me look around.
It made me feel really good about what's happening in the London shows that we've been to.
Yes, super excited for a season now of soccer and a season of soccer based kind of card shows. We reckon.
And it's really exciting to see how much is still yet to be done at the national with soccer.
Yeah, and also if you're thinking about going to a European card show, whether it be in Glasgow, in Cardiff, in London, in Copenhagen, in Paris. In Munich, wherever it may be, in Switzerland, wherever it may be, right? And you're thinking, oh, I don't know, this is probably small potatoes next to the national.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't want us in the international card community to be insecure anymore.
There you go, facts.
This is nothing we can't compete with.
You can show up to the London show, the Munich show,
and
Paris
have as
show,
good a time
soccer-wise
as you could at literally the national.
Our only disappointment from the national is actually that we missed the Formula 1 trade night.
We did.
I was extremely sick. I think Jason was either drunk or just tired.
I wasn't drunk. I was at dinner.
Jason was really drunk.
You sent me... No, don't say that. You sent me to dinner on our behalf.
Because I was unwell.
And that... So then
You had to come back and check on me.
I'd come back to check on you, and then...
Being a good friend.
I was like, I can't.
Yeah, and I wanted to so bad. I kept looking at all
but
the
we did watch
Instagrams.
the Grand Prix.
That was great.
The Hungarian Grand Prix
I really
on
wanted to
Sunday
go to the Formula 1 trade night. I had a lot of Formula 1 with me, but I was looking to complete a rainbow in Formula 1, which I thought no better place to do it. And it was really, really well organised. So shout out to Jupe who organised that. I was very sad not to make that one. That's my one hobby, one national regret.
I will say this as well. You know the way they say you can find any card. You can if you can't find it at the national, it doesn't exist.
Then a lot of cards don't exist.
Then the whole soccer hobby essentially doesn't exist.
Facts.
Don't
say that anymore.
Don't say that anymore.
If you're looking for a baseball card, you'll find it at the national.
Yes, it should be that. If you're looking for a baseball card, so we're amending a couple of things, right? People say what makes the national is the people, right? We're amending that to what makes the national is some of the people.
Yeah.
And it's not, if you can't find it national, it doesn't exist, is you can find a lot of baseball cards at the national.
That's so much less. You can find a lot of baseball cards at the national.
Yeah.
Fact.
So that's it now.
Those are the new national slogans.
Yes. That's us. We'll see you on Thursday for Postcards United, I think, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're not sure what we'll do on Thursday because we have lots of stuff to catch up on and all that.
I'm going to be in Vienna. No, I'm not.
No, next Monday's episode. Yeah, so we'll see it. We'll see you on Thursday. After that, who knows?
Who knows? Sorry, lads.
But thanks for sticking with us. If you were at the National...
Yeah.
And...
You seen us and you didn't come up to us. Message why. That's right, tell me why.
I was going to say, if you were at the National, tell us what your experience was like. Did it match up with ours?
Tell us if we were completely out of order.
Yeah. Were we out of order? Honestly. Is it helpful what we did today?
And tell me if you interacted with me at the National and thought I was a bit rude or a bit suspicious.
Yeah.
And now you're enlightened because you know that I just was very sick.
So basically respond
react.
to everything. React. Okay, right. That's it from episode 98 of Soccer Cards United.
How do you feel about doing it on the couch?
That camera angle's not quite right.
Okay.
I tell you where that camera there. I tell you where I'd like the camera.
Where?
I'd like one camera here, up high here, on you.
On me.
and one camera here on me. But you could still see both of us in each shot. But it would be just to freshen things up.
Listen, we'll.
But I thought it was very comfortable to sit on a couch.
Yeah, this thing is essential. If we get a couch, I need this weird tumble cylinder.
Okay. That's it from us.
Shout out to the Beep Hotel for providing us with a random section of our own hotel room.
Yes.
That is perfect for a podcast.
Beep Hotels, the official hotels of Soccer Cars United.